What's up everybody, it's your boy Corey, aka GQ Saint, back from the reaction video. This video I meant to do earlier, especially earlier today, but something was going on my screen recording software that the audio went out of sync. But anyway, decided to do this, try this again. From the very beginning, couldn't watch the whole video, but I'm gonna try to watch it right now. This is the IGN Mortal Kombat review that I'm pretty sure everybody knows that it dropped earlier, like a special edition version, but I haven't got mine yet. I'm picking mine up this Tuesday and just got like the regular standard I'm picking up from my PS5 instead of downloading it. Anyway, don't want to bore you guys. Let's go and dive on to the video. I'm going to try to talk through it if it's like a 13-14 minute long video, so I don't want to stall you. Anyway, you're on no special question, have a comment below. Let me know what you're at too. Let's get it.
Fight.
If there was a Mount Rushmore of fighting games, you can be sure that either Scorpion, Sub-Zero, or Liu Kang's face would be on that rock. For more than 30 years, Mortal Kombat has been ripping spines and severing heads. And the latest, Mortal Kombat 1, represents perhaps the most dramatic gameplay shift the series has ever seen. The new cameo system offers an unparalleled level of player expression for the series, allowing you to essentially break the usual rules of the game by giving characters tools that they weren't designed to have, resulting in a uniquely dynamic fighting system that allows for some truly wild combos and setups. Everything built around that system, apart from the predictably excellent story mode, could have used some more polish and refinement, but even with those blemishes, Mortal Kombat 1 more than lives up to its gory legacy.
Alright, let's get it. The review. One to remember.
If there's
believe
one
you.
thing you can applaud NetherRealm for in recent years, it's how
Natara,
each new
like I said, I
Mortal
only
Kombat
played with
game
Natara
since
once.
MK9
Like I said,
has played dramatically
first game
different
was
from the
Daily
last
Alliance.
without sacrificing that very
I played once
distinct
doing her
Mortal
whole,
Kombat
her whole
feel.
story.
So
She was
it's not
more of a
surprising
neutral
that even
character.
before we get to the
This
crazy
one,
cameo
like, she's a
system,
villain.
Mortal Kombat 1 makes some drastic changes from MK11 that really set it apart. For starters, it returns the meter management to just one meter that governs
game
enhanced
Daily
special
Alliance
moves, breakers,
Succession.
and
I
now
liked it a
jump
little
cancels
bit
out of
more.
uppercuts.
Didn't like
Beta blows are
Shujinko
still
character.
around,
I played the
but are
whole
no longer
Conquest
invincible
version.
in startup.
I remember they talk about Shujinko,
Blows
whatever.
are gone completely. Character variations are
pronounce
gone.
his name.
Wake up
Pay
attacks and
attention
wake
to
up
make
rolls are
him
gone. Every
the
character
next
is now
generation
able
Liu
to
Kang,
do
which
much more damage without
ultimately
even spending any meter thanks in
backfired.
part to a new air combo system.
Because they label him the one of the worst characters in history in video games. Also one of the most
thank the
gullible
Lord,
characters,
block
which I
crouching
agree.
jabs are now punishable by crouching jabs of your
I like
own,
Gear's new
making
look.
them much less spammable than before. These are all good, smart changes that make the action of MK1 feel fresh yet familiar while addressing some of the pain points the fighting game community had developed with Mortal Kombat 11. The biggest new addition though is that cameo system. For the first time in a Mortal Kombat game, you can choose a second character that you can call upon as an assist during a fight. Your cameo is governed by their own meter, and every time you call them in, you use up half of it.
They
Or in
closed
some cases,
down,
like Goro's
I'm gonna
powerful
say,
blockable stomp assist, the whole
close when
thing. And it's
2020
great
was
that every
ending,
cameo has
but
at least 3 assist moves.
I was kind of mad about it
which
because I was
adds
actually planning on
multiple
going
new
to
tools
school,
to the repertoire of
learn
any
that
character
style,
you choose
but
to play.
yeah.
So, for example, let's say I'm playing as Baraka, who notably does not have any overheads or lows in the middle of any of his combo strings.
4 months after I got my third degree black belt in Taekwondo, I decided ultimately, okay, time for me to learn new style.
Who has an overhead as one of his moves. So now there's an additional layer to my offense that I can try to use to open my opponent up in a way that I wouldn't have been able to
Still
before.
like the direction they go in
Other cameos can be
Scorpion
used
Sub-Zero
to
brothers
extend
such
combos
as
that typically
Kuai
would not be
Liang, who was
extendable.
originally the second Sub-Zero from the original timeline series. He's now Scorpion. So yeah.
Convert respectable damage off of small hits that normally
They
wouldn't be
show
convertible.
give more detail like Bihan,
Some
who's
even
like the
have more
original
specialized
Sub-Zero in
uses.
video
You
games,
give your
is a
character
villain.
a teleport.
So they actually advertised that. I think they
Or
went
a
over
way
in the
to
first
become
Mortal
invulnerable
Kombat
to
game.
projectiles.
Where Scorpion, he was more the good guy versus
Or a way to quickly retreat to
Sub-Zero.
full-screen
Bihan
distance.
was more the villain.
I'm not one who
He was
generally
more
enjoys
ruthless,
assists in fighting
power-hungry.
games since they're usually accompanied by tag systems, and I'm more of a 1v1 fighting game fan, but their implementation here is extremely well thought out, and does nothing but improve the already solid foundation that MK1 stands on. That said, Mortal Kombat has always had a very particular feel to its gameplay, something that can be chalked up to the dialogue combo system.
I heard a lot
having
of
to
people didn't
hold
like
buttons
Li
to block,
Mei's
and some
outfit
general
in Mortal
stiffness in the
Kombat
movement.
Deception.
And the more I play other fighting games, the harder
This is
it
a
gets
rumor I
to
heard
adapt.
about it.
It's all stuff that eventually I got used to, but it took some time to gel with MK1's unique style of 2D fighting. Once I did though, it was clear that Mortal Kombat 1's actual combat is as strong as it's ever been.
It has begun.
The story this time around is a true new beginning for the series, and that's uniquely satisfying. This isn't just
it's kind of cool we get to see like a younger Raiden, a young Raiden as a human, still like the old man that we're used to seeing.
New looks, backstories, relationships, and powers. It picks up literal eons after the events of Mortal Kombat 11, in which newly minted Fire God Liu Kang used the Hourglass of Time to reshape the universe as he saw fit.
Like a full sleeve tattoo, but get my work now, I can't get it.
And while the Mortal Kombat tournament between realms still exists, it's more of a tournament of pride and honor as opposed to a tool for realm invasion.
I was like, Monta doing YouTube full living, yeah, I wouldn't mind like getting like full sleep, but yeah, again,
suffice to say,
I'm gonna
after a
say
few very chill and lighthearted opening chapters with the supportive dad Fire God Liu Kang cheering on his plucky new champions in their first martial arts tournament.
The tournament. If I lose, focus on your actions, not the outcome.
I love Liu Kang's new look, and these graphics
and the
are
stakes
beautiful.
Get raised in all of the usual ways. Above all, I love seeing these new takes on classic combatants, especially those who have historically been relegated to minor roles. Baraka and Reptile, for instance, never really got to be anything more than henchmen in previous games. But in Mortal Kombat 1, they're major players with their own chapters and defining story.
I like Reptile's new look.
Plus, the writing is full of plenty of cheeky in-universe references that felt like nice rewards for being a long-time fan of the series.
More true form.
You can steal a more functional hat.
NetherRealm
now, if I know it's Reptile is I think he is the first original Mortal Kombat hidden character. Because the first appearance is Mortal Kombat 1.
Their other story modes as much as
the second one, I think after that was New Cyber Arcade Behind, and I think Smoke too. I think New was actually the more favored hidden character.
Every chapter just throws you into the shoes of a new character without a hint of guidance on what's special about them. What their combo strings are, their launchers, or their special moves, for instance. I had to learn things on the fly by bringing up the move list, trying things out string by string, special move by special move, and by the time I'd finished achieving a base level of competency with the character, the chapter's over and I've moved on to the next. This mode would benefit so greatly from optional, short, developer-led character guides that can get you up to speed on the fundamentals of a character before you have to spend the next 30 minutes playing as them, especially when its tutorials are so good outside the story mode.
Heard about
Beyond the cinematic story mode, the big new single-player mode for Mortal Kombat 1 is Invasions, which combines the themed environments and rewards of the Crypt, some light RPG elements from older Conquest modes,
still plan on getting one of those wooden dunnets like that. Kinda want to get it out study Wing Chun, but that's cool they want to close down, but I'm still looking for another spot.
But
I think one spot teaches Kyoka Shikara. I think about checking that out in my area.
Every invasion board is made
there was one place called Goju style karate, but I don't know that place still open.
Look to La Luna, or a fight against the superpowered Kung Lao.
Yeah, I've still been looking like a good place. Like look at the
area.
area.
Board, conducting an
Also, most importantly, see how the instructors are and students are, but definitely the instructors as well too. And then one of my old co-workers actually was a receptionist in the martial arts school. She said the instructors were terrible, but not really that good. Nah.
Excellent.
Along the way, you might find themed towers where you must fight a series of battles, with one loss sending you all the way back to the bottom, or you could be ambushed in between spaces and have to fight a challenging opponent with unique modifiers. But even those are often pushovers. For the vast majority of encounters, I went into autopilot mode with Li Mei, doing the same launching combo that would be risky against a smarter opponent, regardless of who I was fighting against or what the modifiers were. Only occasionally being forced to consider the RPG elements in the chapter-ending boss battles that dramatically power up one of the combatants in unique ways. Sure, there's a lot of extra stuff going on underneath the hood in Invasion mode. Every character and cameo has a damage type, with a complicated type advantage and disadvantage chart. There are talismans that can be upgraded to provide a variety of different status bonuses, and relics that frequently come with both the positive and negative bonus to weigh against each other. But that's all just a lot of complexity that doesn't really add any value to the actual gameplay. Late game boards up the difficulty and force you to engage more with the RPG mechanics, but that's not much more fun either, since Mortal Kombat 1 is at its best when there's no gimmicks involved. I'm happy to have the option to play the occasional silly match with wild modifiers and themed challenges, but Invasion strings too many of these fights together and expects you to play through them all in order to unlock many of the best cosmetic options for its characters.
Yeah, I might be spending a lot of time on that in case I want to unlock some stuff.
One thing that MK1 does get right is that the more you play with the character, the more you unlock for that specific character, regardless of what mode you're playing.
Okay, so I gotta be good with everybody, including like in case you know the combo pad. Hold on with
and even
Homelander, which I'm
fatalities that come with
definitely
every character
had no
level
intention
up.
of playing
Granted,
as, to be
you'll probably
honest.
be able to find the input
Omni
command
Man,
for the
yes, but
fatalities before you unlock the in-game
this what a lot of
instructions
us used
if
to
you
do
search
back in the day,
online,
looking
but
internet for
nonetheless, you're
fatalities.
rewarded
Also,
well for
Demon
maxing out a character's
uncle or
progression
cousin. I got one of them had like the magazine that actually came with the fatalities for the old console games.
One aspect
like
that
Sega,
Mortal Kombat 1 does better than
Sega,
just about
like,
any other fighting game out
fatalities.
there right now is its tutorial. It continues to build upon the great work done in
Yeah, I
Mortal
might
Kombat
spend some
11,
time on this, refresh my
expertly
skills, you know.
everything from
Pretty
its
sure
most
still
basic
got it, but you
controls
never know.
to intuitive breakdowns of system mechanics to highly practical tips that outright explain in detail how to approach pressuring your opponent, what to do when they're knocked down, how to frame trap, how to jail, what all those things mean, and plenty more. It's the kind of comprehensive tutorial that all fighting game developers should include, and all fighting game fans should play all the way through. I do wish
still
that same level of commitment
red
was
flames
also
and the
applied
blue
to
flames that Liu
character-specific
Kang can
tutorials,
use. He
but
truly
there
is a
are
fire
7
god
combo
now.
trials for each character at least,
I always
which
wonder
is
why
nice to
they.
have.
Well, I kind of like that fact. It just came in fire guy, not just
On
God
the
of
subject
fire,
of
fire
online,
and
it's
thunder.
mostly unchanged from Mortal Kombat 11,
That's what he's more known
both
as,
for
the
better
fire
and for
guy.
worse.
So I'm
The
not
netcode is good,
too mad
Even the
about
Hills
him
back,
not still
and
using
Combat
lightning
League returns
abilities.
with
He's
seasonal
strictly
rewards
fire
for
now.
achieving high ranks in the form of currencies, skins, gear, profile pictures, and more. It remains a great ranking system, one that generally succeeds at matching you with appropriate fighters and rewards your investment with unique prizes that are worthwhile because they mean something more than just a skin you got from a random chest pull. That said, it's still incredibly frustrating that Mortal Kombat 1 still does not let you matchmake while in another mode. Mortal Kombat
Really?
is pretty much the only major modern fighting
Yeah,
game
that's
franchise now
gonna-
that doesn't let you do this. Not only that, but there's no way to
Yes, I
create
think
a
because
custom
they
room with
might not
multiple
get no
slots
10
and
out of
multiple
10.
matches
Still
to
should
go
be
on
high, though.
simultaneously, and when you join in on a match in progress, you have to wait for the match to finish and just stare at a blank screen. This might have been fine back in 2019, but the bar has been raised, and NetherRealm feels like they're getting left behind by the competition. Crossplay is coming down the line, but it's also disappointing that it's not available right out of the gate. One thing that cannot be
Kinda reminds
overstated
me
is
the way
how
the Predator
gorgeous
be
Mortal
screaming with
Kombat
that
1
mouth.
looks. The character
I
models
still like
already
the
look
I still like the
incredible
fact like in
Mortal Kombat
this
11, but
timeline,
here they're
Katana and
taking a
Melina
step
actually
even
are
further
twin
towards
sisters now.
photorealism without ever causing that uncanny valley feeling.
And she
The real
wasn't
star,
born
though, are the
created like
skins.
half
The
tar
environmental
cotton. It's
team at
more
NetherRealm has
disease.
truly outdone themselves with some of the most gorgeous vistas and disgusting-looking dungeons the genre has ever seen. Not to mention those fatalities, which are extra gruesome this time around.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's nasty. He look.
Fatality.
Dude.
General
Oh man, that's gruesome.
victory.
Okay, what's the verdict?
Mortal Kombat 1 is another great entry in this legendary series, but it's not one without issues. The new cameo system is excellent. There are smart changes to the fighting mechanics that address many of the fundamental issues that cropped up over MK11's life, and there's also the fantastic single-player story mode that continues to be the gold standard of the genre.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
1,000 years old? Oh, talk about aging gracefully.
But certain elements of online play are starting to feel dated, and Invasions mode is not nearly engaging enough to hold my attention for as long as is needed to unlock a majority of the goodies hidden behind its many treasure chests and gimmicky battles. Still, Mortal Kombat 1 marks a new beginning for the franchise, and it's a very exciting launching point for the next era.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it that.
For more Mortal Kombat 1,
what
check
you
out the
said
first minutes
earlier,
of the game in 4K.
I would say 8
also
and
take a
9.
look at all the
So,
starting
yeah, that's
fatalities.
their own
and for
opinion.
everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with the point, especially I understand like not ranking 10 out of 10 because you know that online play you just got to sit there and wait, and that was an issue in the past Mortal Kombat game. You think they kind of fixed it this time, so I understand that. Person would have gave like 8.5 to 9 at least, but yeah, this is their this how they feel about it. Okay, pretty cool video. So yeah, this one personal feel about. So let me know how you guys feel about it. Do you agree with the ranking or do you don't agree? Anyway, let me know how you feel about it. Or we have some more videos this week. Ready to pick up my game, especially in like standard release, which is dropping on 19th, which is Tuesday. So I got a buddy of mine hold it for me at GameStop. So when it drops, picking up as soon as I get off work. Anyway, let me know how you feel about the video. Once again, make sure you give your boy a like, comment, and subscribe. And fantastic day. Peace.